is receiving
Hello.
abundance.
Isn't that a beautiful name? It is. Hi, everyone. It's great to see you all. Thank you for being here. And we're here today with Wisdom Seeker Joan, who hasn't been on for a while because she's been very busy doing some things for her family. And we're really happy to have you back, my dear. And Mark, we're always happy to have you back too, my friend.
Thank you.
He's been off a few weeks because he's been getting his dental work done. And it was funny because everybody in the chat one day was saying, I just went to the dentist today. And I did too. It was like the dentist and moving. Either one or the other keeps showing up over and over.
Springtime dentist.
Yeah.
No, and I've been missing Joan a lot too, and I'm glad to read with her. But I got to read with her already a little ahead of time because I read with her and Jean earlier.
Today?
Yeah, and it's last Monday, last Thursday, last Monday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's always fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've missed you both too. I just love reading with you too.
Yep. They were both getting up and running that day because they'd both been offline a little bit. So, or that might have been the Monday before. No, it was last Monday. Yeah. Don't ask me.
That's what
it's just a concept.
Yeah, he comes in the room and he says, "Is time different? Is time different?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "It can be really slow or different, but I said it's already going to be May very, very soon. That is fast to me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it seems like it's going way too fast. But anyway. So got your question, Ness. No need to publish anymore. I've got it. And I'm going to say hi to the folks who are here. We've got Ness and Bora Bora and Craig and Karen. And we have CJ. Welcome to the show. We're glad you're here with us today. And we have people that like to chat with each other, and I love them for that. I really, really do. So let's see. Did I say Bora Bora Jan? Oh, Scott Scorpio's son is here. It's nice to have you here always, Scotty. And we've got who else? Maria is receiving abundance, which everyone always mentions how beautiful that is. It's like a mantra that she has, and I love it so much. It reminds us how we need to do this. And Joyful Journey is here, and Lalima, and Janice Kath, and let's see. Oh, I got another question. Connie Epley, Teacher Barbara, Mom and Dad got a new puppy. Okay, well that's good. I got your question, Maria. Thank you.
Who got a new puppy?
Joyful, I got a question from you. I guess their other dog just passed, and they ended up. Her parents ended up getting a new puppy. Yeah. I tell you what. Hi, Wiki. I tell you what. I'll never get a puppy again. I'll only get older dogs. I can't handle the energy. It's just too much for me. Yeah. Okay.
My last adoptions were puppies because I'd always gotten older, and I just thought, I'm going to get puppies.
Well, you're going to have it once
before I'm too old, and so I enjoyed them. And plus, I had two, so they entertained. But it's a lot. But the other thing is, it goes really quick.
Yeah. Yep. It does. So, Barbara's wondering, Mark, do you pick anything up on? Do you know the name? Can you give me the name of? Yes, I did, Craig. What is the name of the dog that just passed, Barb?
Barbara's dog died today. Oh, sorry.
All right. So I got yours, Janice. Thank you. All right. So I've got everybody that I've been able to find here. That has already Benny, the dog that passed. His name was Benny. Okay.
Oh, do you want me to read that now?
Oh, you can if you want.
I was looking at everything. I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay. See, Mark and I have the light color, and he's got the dark color. So there you go.
Yeah,
Teddy is the puppy.
We're very sparkly today. I felt just a little bit sparkly today, and I haven't been feeling very sparkly. So I thought, I'm going to put on my jacket.
There you go. That brings up the vibes. Yeah.
Little Benny, and he was a Cocker Spaniel.
Okay, Lady Lo-Fi, I got it. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome. Pierrette's here. Hi, Laura. I think I've got everybody that's come in. All right.
Well, Mark will be able to read better, but Teacher Barbara, when I tune in, I see and I saw the big, kind of floppy ears kind of running up and first stretching, just like, stretching, and then ready to play, doing kind of that play bow thing. It's like, come on, let's go. So it's like a little bit of adjustment, looking around and stretching and kind of getting used to the new place. But then it's like, let's play. Let's have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that he had an intimacy with mom and dad that, your mom and dad felt he was like their baby. And then I get him playing now, which is just what Joan said. He's like free of all the other ills that he had on this side. And finally he said, I know it was time for me to go. And so I let it happen. I went along with it. And I thank you for being my people for so long. That's what I get.
Yeah. Well, he just passed. So there's that. Yeah. And so a lot of times that's what I come up with is just the actual, here I go kind of a thing. So he shows me that he's in front of the Creator, humility, bowing down. It's like being faced with, returning to the light, returning to source, or facing source. And then it's sort of like we have a review. I think they do too. So he's kind of reviewing his successes and honoring. It says honor your gifts. But, it's like source telling him he was a good dog. He served his family well. He did good at that. They couldn't have done better as far as dog goes. So I can probably I'd be able to get a little bit more about his personality probably a day or so away because I don't know, right on the day, there's a lot going on, it seems like.
There is a lot going on. That's
but I always sense it every time with a person or an animal. And he feels, he feels the love. There's, he's still attached in a way, like energetically. I can see like a cord still to your dad, it looks like, to the house, but your dad in particular, I know he wasn't feeling very good, the doggy, but now he feels great. He's back the way he used to feel. But he's also talking a little bit like he did I think the reason why he's showing me that connection to dad is that he also did energy work or balancing work with dad in particular. He kind of wants to point out. So like healing, a little bit of healing work, or help to adjust his auric field and stuff like that, he says. Even when he was sick, he was still focused on that. So, he feels all refreshed, renewed. There's no pain. I feel like his passing even was fairly, without too much drama or anything. It just seemed like a fairly even, easygoing passing. So, yeah.
She says he had dementia, and I don't know, I'm guessing that's the dog, Barbara, that had dementia. So that would be like that's why it would be like, no, where am I going? I don't even know. It doesn't even matter. But then when he's over there, he's like, oh, wow, I can do this again. I can do this again. So I'm guessing that dad's sick too. Okay.
Yeah.
Benny passed at the house. Okay. All right, Barb. Well, at least he was with dad. Oh, dad has dementia? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay.
But it had pseudomonas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That makes sense though, because that's why, he gives me a lot of energy about dad. That doesn't mean he don't love mom and everything.
Right.
But there was a particular service or, togetherness that they had. And it is about, his health and helping him stay balanced. Because even in dementia, it seems like the dog was something he still responded to. You know what I mean? And it didn't seem as affected by the dementia in some ways. So anyway.
It's a recognition of, and of course they're so soft and loving that, they make their way to them. And that's very nice. All right.
I'm sorry, dearest.
Yeah.
Okay.
And dementia is hard as well.
It is very difficult. Absolutely. So Mark and Joan, Craig has been elevating some of his powers, his psychic ability. And he said he knew a woman who feels as a twin flame. I feel she is sick, possibly blood pressure, diabetes, and poor diet. Am I feeling this right? Her name is Joan. I think he's looking for validation that he's reading this woman correctly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do my pendulum first. Joanne.
Okay.
Well, of course, I'm no doctor, but I kind of get a hit on blood pressure. Well, I think everybody has a poor diet, more or less. I mean, that it doesn't take too much of but I don't know about the diabetes. I don't know. What did you get, Joan?
I got the same thing. I got no for diabetes, but yes for high blood pressure and poor diet. But before I even picked up the pendulum, I felt a tightness in my head and then in my gut. So I don't know what that might mean. I think in your head that might relate to high blood pressure because it just makes everything feel so tense. But yeah.
I get here.
And how about the twin flame? Oh, excuse me.
She's grieving. I guess she's grieving about something. So maybe she lost somebody, or maybe she is grieving about her own poor health, and that's affecting some of the other things in her life.
Yeah, and that swing that just went from maybe to yes was, is she a twin flame, or a possible one? So I think they're, if not a twin flame, a very close connection on a soul level.
Yep.
Hope that helps.
He
burning.
Used to see her. He saw a burning flame above her head when he first met her when they were younger.
Okay.
I don't know. She lost her husband. Do you know that, Craig? I'm guessing. I feel like she's alone and she's just having a really hard time with her grief. So I don't know if that's true or not. And I don't know if you even know that. So, but hey,
there does be a connection though between you, and it's really interesting because you said right when you put that on there that you saw a flame over her head. This card came out, and it looks like with the thing over their head.
It does. Yes, absolutely.
So just because of that, it makes me feel like okay. I don't know why that would jump out all of a sudden and look like what you're talking about. So it does feel like you've had a connection. I don't exactly know about twin flame kind of thing. Just me, Mark, personally. But it does feel definitely like incarnated together before. So I don't know if that's the same thing or, shared a lifetime before.
Like a karmic relationship. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Whole family, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I hope that helps, Craig. I know you probably won't be able to ask her about it, but I think you're opening yourself up to learning more and more about everything, and it's showing itself to you. So that's wonderful. I want to say hi to Scott Scorpio Sun and Terry holding your space, and Lisa Sather and Teresa Ford. Thanks everybody. Gemini Moon. Welcome everybody. J Cat Lady. All right. Thank you all for being here with us today. So Ness is having a really hard day, and I'd love to know if it gets better or to buckle up. That's what I saw in your cards, Ness, the other day. I really did, that you were going to go through a hard week. But let's see if the energy shifted or not. Yeah.
Hi, Diamond. That's a new name to me. Love it. Diamond.
Oh, yes. Diamond's great. Yeah.
Well, she's got, looks like, that almost looks like
Mary Poppins.
Mary
Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, wow.
I just got real. I can be really quick. I saw you swimming. You had like the swim cap on and everything, and you were out going one direction, and then kind of, and you were swimming just fine, and then sort of a period of I don't know what's going on, and started going in the other direction. So I think the current was getting rough this way. So there's a period of kind of like flailing around and not knowing what to do. But then you're swimming with the current, so it's starting to get easier. So you might be in that really flailing around part right now.
Yeah. We were just talking backstage. Joan and I have been doing, like, making dumb mistakes, and things are just silly that we've been doing. And I think a lot of people are feeling that way. The energies are really difficult. But what I got for you, Ness, was that you have been given a gift, and when you open it, look at all the fairies that come out. And I take that to be a beautiful card. Yeah. In other words, you're just starting, and sometimes you have the ability to pull out all the fairies to help you with what you're doing, but sometimes you may have your eye on something else, because she's looking out. She's not looking down. So she can't see the magic that's right in front of her. And then I get peace. So they're trying to bring you to a point of peace, to know that not every day is going to be a day that you see the fairies come out, but you're going the correct distance. You're doing with the work that you need to do, and you need to take deep breaths and just call in peace. That's what I get. All right.
Yeah. Oh, wait, I have to read what Diamond said about Mary Poppins. So hard for me not to get distracted. I was visiting years ago, never thought I would return. That's good. I love it. Oh, so you took that at Disneyland.
Yeah.
How cool. That's cool. That was like during the parade or something about it.
Isn't that cool? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a big Disney head.
That's all right, Mark. I fight with light. I like the name, Bernie Girl. Yeah. It's good to have you here.
Ness, what I get for you. Oh, was I supposed to read?
That's right. No, you can. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah. Just that you're saying, should I buckle up? Man, don't think. No worries if Mark didn't have. I did have a reading for you, little Missy. I don't think you need to buckle up. It looks like there's reprieve coming. This is the Ace of Wands. So this news, we talked about this before, but I think the energy is going to lift a little bit for all of us. So we're not kind of like dragging through mud, it feels like. And this Ace of Wands gives me the idea that a new beginning's about to start. And where's that new beginning leading to? Is leading to the Queen of Wands. So, to really look at that bright sun behind her. And wands, we always talk about a spirit body and your spirituality. You got it firmly in your hand. Look at all those flowers blooming all over. That's great. So that's where we're going. So in the meantime, take care of yourself. And I'd say give yourself a day off. If you can.
That's where the peace comes in, I think.
If you're able to, just do a big just like throw your hands up and give yourself a day off. Now, they're also telling me that a lot of the physical symptoms we're having, you, Ness, and the rest of us, because I completely get that your arms are all that. It's interesting because I got the 7 of chalices or 7 of cups. But what it's talking to me about is it's almost a way for us to realize something's going on, that we actually are going through transformation, and we are working on it spiritually, like channeling energy. I really believe it, to help the earth make her transition. And so it shows itself through like aches and pains. They're not real aches and pains in a way, so it's a little bit delusional or illusional. It's more of a side effect rather than a true long-lasting illness or something. You know what I mean? It's just a temporary sign that we're doing this kind of etheric work. That's what they're saying. That's interesting because they hadn't really said that to me before. And because I was going, what is this 7 of chalices? Anyway, the good news is that we're about to shift.
Good.
And you know, Ness, I was in this very same thing. I don't know if I was saying it recently, but a couple of days ago, I was like going, for goodness sakes, give me a break. It's a lot. Can we just have a little reprise?
Yes.
And, you know, they're going, settle down. We're about to shift. And so they were saying that to me already. And then I felt a slight little teeny itty bitty bumblebee shift today in my own energy. So I don't know. I'm going to go along with these cards and say,
I agree. So my husband, as everybody knows, has had high blood pressure, and he's had it for way too long. And the doctor office called and said, do you know your blood pressure's really high? And he said, you think? I've been to the emergency room 7 times, but no one can find anything wrong. Well, Saturday and this Wednesday, he had this situation where he said he felt like he was in a great big black hole. And he felt anxious and he couldn't catch his breath, and he was going. And I said, despite all the other things he's going through, I believe he's going through an ascension transformation. And so I just, but it's too much. He keeps saying, I've had enough. I've had enough. It's too much. It's too much. So yeah, we're all dealing with it. It's really lousy. Yeah.
My sister this past week just kept having vertigo, and she's never had it in her life.
Oh, well, both of us did too. And my BP was 98/50.
Yeah. And she was so mad that she just like fell in her, she went to her therapy for her shoulder and just passed out.
Oh God. I would have if I hadn't held on to something.
They didn't know why. You know what? And I tried to tell her in a way that it was probably energy.
Yeah, it's hard when people don't understand spirit world. Yeah, it is. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So here we do have a question sort of about that. CJ says a message from her guides or his guides. I guess it's a lady. I don't know. What's blocking my downloads and how to increase them? It might be, maybe we're getting them and we need to transfer them over to you, CJ.
Blocking my download.
Oh.
Okay, CJ.
Wow. Okay. Yep.
Now, when I tune in, I just get bzzz right on the top of my head. They're coming, but I think it might be that just the fact that you're thinking about them, and it's like, oh, I'm not getting as much as anymore at all. It's kind of counterproductive. So I saw you going for a walk in a field and just thinking about something else. You know, puppies and butterflies, and watching the spring flowers come up if they are doing that where you live, and just don't focus on it so much and just be open to it and say, thank you for getting me the downloads that are important for me to have at the right time, and leave it at that.
Right. Yeah, the first thing I got is, no, the downloads didn't stop. You're still downloading energy from source, but it's different. It's a little bit different than what you're used to. And it's really more about downloading energy directly for Mother Earth. I got the world card, but I'm getting... So you're doing it. Your downloads didn't stop, but they're using you in a different way to channel energy through you. That doesn't mean you'll go back to doing that. And it's just not as much, you feel like. They're just saying, we're using you in a little different way. Don't worry. You haven't lost that ability or anything like that. And we'll get back onto schedule as far as that goes. Right now, though, CJ, if you sit down and we're like, for example, I don't know if you do readings or something. Oh, look, there's cute little kitty cats in your picture. If you were to sit down with somebody, you would get a download about them. Like if you had a specific question or something like that, I feel like. So it's sort of like that little, just kind of go with the flow. It's still going though. I just like Joan, I could just see the energy still going down. It's just a little different than what you've referenced before. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're pausing, as Mark said in a way. He said this: you're going to go into a deep dive, and you're going to get a lot more that you'll be noticing than you've had in the past. They want you to have the beginner's mind, and the beginner's mind is it's not going to look the same way as it did before. So beginner's mind would say, before you ever had these, you didn't know what you were going to get. Well, that's what it is again. That's what they want you to know. And they said, be compassionate with yourself and love yourself. And, they wanted you to take a break until it was time to do the deep dive. There you go. Yeah.
No need to worry.
Right. Oh, you do tarot for yourself? Well, that's good, CJ.
Yep.
That's wonderful. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Sharon. We have we have an awful lot of readings to do here. We'll see when we get closer to the end of the list how we can do. Okay. So Lalima would like a message from her guides, please.
Would you guys want to change off? I'll set out one and then I'll go to the next one. Okay.
All right. Okay.
So I'll set out this one.
Okay.
Not that I don't love you, Lalima. But just so we can get to more readings.
Yeah, when I tune in, I'm just getting beautiful flowers coming out from your heart chakra, especially red anemones. I don't know why. I don't know if that means anything to you, but they're, they're just really beautiful. And it's all about abundance and flourishing and beauty. So maybe buy yourself some flowers, maybe know that you are flourishing. Maybe know that this is a period of growth, a beautiful period of growth for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything more specific, guides? Oh, and all these flowers that I'm seeing are in a basket. And so you can carry that with you wherever you go. So all this beauty and the high vibe stuff, it's portable. So take it with you and spread it around.
Okay. I have new beginnings coming for you, Lalima. Look at that. Beautiful. And the new beginnings will bring justice, or you will feel like you've gotten what you wanted out of something. That justice will come for that particular thing that you've been wanting. So thank you so much. All right, Mark, here you go. Janice Kath, would a relationship between Oscar and I be? How would it be? I'm sorry. How would it be?
Thanks a lot. Oscar. Janice and Oscar. Well,
Thank you.
The pendulum goes yes, like that there would be something good to pursue. But let me pull a card as well. Like, I feel like if it was horrible, that I would feel that, and I don't feel that. Like I don't feel quick, run, gird your loins, anything like that.
Oh, that's good.
But I am going to pull a card. Did you pull anything, Aley?
I'm going to pull one from this deck. Intention and action launch all of your dreams.
There you go.
So I believe if you can come with the same intention that you would like to be together to work on this relationship, and you can, come up with the reason why you'd like to be together, that's the beginning. And then take the action, take the action. Can we have a good relationship with each other? I get a rocket. And so I think if it does, it's going to skyrocket for you. It looks like. So that's what I get.
Yeah, and I feel like when I pull cards, it feels a little bit like opposites attract kind of a thing, which oftentimes happens.
It does. Yeah.
With people. So they give me justice, but it got the scales. So, I'm thinking that you tend to balance each other out. So what one person's good at, another person's not so much. And, you sort of balance each other out in that way. This 5 of Wands, though, is a little bit of that opposites attract, where that there's reasons that you don't always agree on everything, or you don't always approach everything exactly the same way. Now, that's not a bad thing. That kind of, broadens your horizons. You have another, another input into situations. And then I get the Ace of Swords, which would be, let's forge ahead. So I think it's a good thing to, also the Ace of Swords tells me that this person is mentally stimulating, and you have things to talk about and things like that. So I get pretty good energy for it.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. All right. Thank you. All right, Joan. So Maria is receiving abundance. I'm sorry. She wonders if her grandmother, Abuelita Esperanza, or any paternal relative has a message for her.
Okay, let's see. When I tune into Abuelita, I'm seeing her painting her fingernails, kind of a little bit of an orangey red. And to me, that means paying attention to details, and not just the details about how you look, but just, okay, now this is a time of change and stress, kind of stress, just like we were talking, that lots of energy going on that can be kind of wonky. And it's important to pay attention to the details. Now I'm seeing like strings. It's easy to get to lose track of all the strings, of all the ties, all the things that you're, okay, now I'm seeing juggling balls. So just as you, when you get a manicure, it all has to be very, very careful and paying attention to all the details. And it's no horrible thing if there's a splotch on the side, it can be cleaned up, but it's so much better to just be very careful and detail oriented, and then you look great and everything goes as according to plan. So it's not so much the manicure, but it's about the details in your life, because now is a particularly stressful time. And I don't know if that's for you or if that is the energy in general. Okay. And anything else for you, Lita? And she's saying, know that I'm there. And she's showing me a specific kind of sweet, a little cookie she used to might have made for you. And I don't know if it's that folded over kind, but it has like scallops along the edges and a little filling in the middle. So I'm not sure if that means anything to you, but she's sending her love.
Oh, that's sweet.
What did you get?
Well, I get leadership. I don't know if she was like the head of the family, Maria, but I get leadership with her, where she was, she was the person that was sort of in charge, the matriarch of the family, and people looked up to her. The second one I got is, was your grandfather a wise guy? Because I love these cards, but a wise guy, like he would tease her about things. I'm not sure, or if it was a son of hers, or a cousin or something. I don't know, brother. But I get the wise guy card, yeah. And he's kind of just he's got his shades on. He kind of looks like he's hiding somewhere. But she says, Maria, she loves you so much, and she said you're such an optimistic person. And I'm up here watching you doing what you're doing down there. And I just love you. And I'm sending you lots of love. You're doing so well. So that's what I get for your abuelita. Thank you.
Oh, and she passed away when her father was a boy. So you didn't know her, but she's still there for you.
Okay. So maybe it's a hard thing to know whether she was a wise guy or there was a wise guy around her or not. Yeah.
And also, though, is there a picture of her or something? Oh, she wore a hat. Yeah. So you know her image. I'm just throwing this in there because just one card jumped out for me. I know it's not my turn, but it's the moon. So I think she's visited you in your dreams recently.
Okay.
She's not sure you recognized her. So,
okay.
But I think she would show herself like
cool.
in a picture. So anyway, I think she's been in your dreams. I don't know if you remember them, but she says she's been there. Anyway.
All right, Mark. Thank you. This one's for you. Joyful Journey wonders if she will ever see her beautiful cat, Bombay. Lost him a few years ago.
Bombay. Yeah, Janice, I saw you say, wait, Joan didn't read for me. We're trying to alternate to speed it up. That's why. It wasn't that Joan didn't want to. We didn't let her.
Right. So I'm sitting this one out, right?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bombay. So little Bombay, and assuming he's a kitty cat. Yeah. Bombay lost him. Okay. What's going on, Bombay? I know you have other pets now, right? Joyful Journey. Do I know that, or am I making it up? Let's see.
Oh, she said, I'm wondering if I'll see a spirit in another incarnation.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were wondering about. Well, Bo is his. Oh, Bo is his name. I have 2 cats and a dog. Right. Well, I'm getting a lot of goosebumpies. Let me pull one more card. Because is Bombay already there with you now? That's the question I have for you. I know that's what you're asking me. And I'm asking it right back. Because, so he gives me persistence, stay the course. But that's like keeping it, and he also has focus, eyes on the prize. So that's like staying the course, keeping the focus. And a lot of times I get these cards when they're determined to return. Now it shows me here with the dog, and you say you have dogs and cats. Oh, so he left after you had your current cats. Oh. What about the dogs, though? Could he be in dog form? Because it's not one of those that he already knew. It's a new one that's in the family. And it is interesting. And all these cat cards, there really aren't dogs in them very often. And so this one says, find your own. And I'm envious of a dog's life. And they will sometimes switch form. So I'm just throwing all that out. You know, you have to listen to your own. But then, dog was here. Bombay's a cat, though, right? Yeah. So you also get the I can do it, the big leap, making the jump. So I'm a little confused about when and where your animals came in. I know you're trying. We got our dog while the dog was here. Yeah, I know, but Bombay was a cat, right? I feel like if you have a pet there, it feels like it's a dog that came after Bombay left. This could be the same spirit.
Oh, okay.
But you need to look a little more, focus in on it, on the surprise. And and even consider all of a sudden, wait a minute, could this be in a different form? I hope I'm not confused about what I'm reading on here. But that's what I'm getting.
All of her current animals are here with him.
Okay.
So nobody's come in since.
All righty. That's interesting. All my current animals were here with
Well, you want to know if it will come, the cat will come back to you. And I don't know if you mean because reincarnated, or if you lost the cat, it got out of the backyard and ran away. I don't know which loss it is, but I do see that this cat is protected. That's what I'm seeing. So, but no new animals since. Okay.
Well, then, if you look at these cards in that direction, persistent. Oh, for frick's sake! Persistence, stay the course, and I can do it. Trust, I can do it. Take the leap. These talk about, wanting to do that or looking to do that. But now you have a house full, so I don't know. This might be why we're waiting, is because there's already a house full and maybe you don't have room for another one or something like that. Might be why we put it off a little. But, and who was it, Aley, that said pick it or choose it or whatever the first card you pulled was about?
Protection.
No, not that. Where you said it was almost like pick it or decide it or something like that. So go ahead and choose it.
Uh-huh.
And let him know what would suit you best, dog or cat, because it looks like he's willing to go either way. So, what would be the most, best
beneficial, best outcome
for the family and everything at this time. But I feel like he would like to come back, and I think that's why you're asking that. Okay, sorry, I got a little bit confused there, though.
All right,
on the timing. Sorry about that.
All right, Joan. Lady Lo-Fi, could I get a message from my guides if you have time?
Okay.
Flower Beauty, please put up your parents' first names so Mark can read you next.
Oh.
Yeah, when I tune into you, Lady Lo-Fi, right away, there's energy that goes from the heart out to my arms and then out to my shoulders, and then they kind of become wings and you're sort of taking off. So this is a time where you can tune in and just kind of lighten your load and just kind of raise your spirit. It's a good time. It's a good time for you to be here and to be engaging with spiritual things. And you're sort of like in neutral buoyancy, sort of, and now you can really take off. So, after I got that, I picked cards, step into the abundance or step into the overflow. The cards, the word on the card is abundance, step into the overflow. Oh, and I never really saw that before. Up at the top, there's a pair of wings, which look just like what I was seeing on you. And then from the feathers deck, I got the white swan feather. The power of divine grace is within you. So this is a time to take advantage of this. It's a good, it might seem like kind of a crazy time, but this is a good time for you to focus on your spiritual gifts, and it's going to come easier to you now. You're just going to kind of lift off. You'll make it look easy, like the swan that is just floating, even though you're kind of paddling hard underneath.
Okay, thank you. I get that you have been a net caster, which means it's like a fisherman who throws the net out and then tries to bring in what bounty that they can. And it says that your preparations, whatever you've been preparing for, is coming to fruition for you. Your guides are saying you've done the work. Here you are now. It's going to come in. And they say there may be somebody that you will be curious about that you don't really know right now. Maybe it's a stranger, but they say this person is going to help you or be with you and embrace your curiosity. it could be somebody at a store behind the counter and you ask them a question and you get into a conversation or whatever. So be open to curious people and curiosity. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Flower Beauty. I've got it. All right. So Mark.
A message.
Rama and Brij, Brij.
Okay.
And Rama. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they watch over you at your house. They feel like they do. You live in their house? I wonder about that. But their energy's focused on where you live. This is the Four of Wands, but also both of them are focused. So they come together in that respect. They have a joint focus on you, even though they might do separate things. Energetically, that they do that like as a group focus. And they always, it's like they stand watch over you. No, you don't live in the house. Okay, great. They're just talking about the house. So, or where you're living. And they stand watch, with love. Like there's a love. This is the Knight of Cups, but there's always holding, sending, giving love your direction, right where you live. Like they're aware of where you are, and so they focus in like that. So that's what I'm getting, is that they're always with you. They come together to send love for you and to, focus the attention directly on you, like love attention. And once again, I'm getting a little bit of dreams, like maybe they visit you while you're sleeping. You might wake up with the memory of them being in your dreams, only because I get Four of Swords, and just because it's got the big Z's coming out, it's like I'm sleeping. So again, I think they do visit you at night, and sometimes they appear in your dreams. That's what I'm hearing.
Awesome. I get this card for you, Flower Beauty, and it's a woman look at the book is on her head, and there's books all around her neck, and you got this glasses there, and it looks like other things, and I'm just feeling like this person has done a lot of work, either studying or getting a degree or working hard at attaining some new knowledge, perhaps that has nothing to do with a formal education. And I'm seeing that your parents are proud of you for continuing your education in any way that you do, so you can learn more about life and learn more about spirituality and other things. And they're just watching you from afar, saying, we see you, and we're proud of you, and keep doing the work. So that's what I get for you. Yeah. Great. We have a few left, and we are about 10 minutes before the end, so we cannot take any new questions. I'm sorry, but we're going to finish up the ones that we have. And so I have Gemini Moon. Joan, can I have a reading, please?
Sure. I keep trying to get something else, but all I can see when I tune into you, Gemini Moon, is Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music singing "The Hills Are Alive." So I don't know exactly if this means you need to express yourself and don't be intimidated by other people. Just pretend like you're just out in the mountains and there's nobody there to hear you. but just and maybe it is get out in nature and just spread your joy, express your joy in whatever way. Yeah, but yeah, there's this big, vast, beautiful world, and yeah, I just keep seeing her doing these big, grand gestures, and it's yes, embrace it all. All this beauty and all this love and all this joy are here for you, and it's your inheritance, and it's your kind of duty to make the most of it as much as you can. And when I pulled cards for you, I got the peacock feather, which is always good. Inherent wisdom is emerging at this time, and be ready for a rebirth. And then I got the ascension symbol, which is awaken your inner angel. Yeah, and that's kind of like reaching out and embracing it, and kind of waking up to the beauty that's all around, and especially that's in you, and expressing that in whatever way. You don't have to go out and sing. Maybe it's in the work you do, maybe it's in the care you take for other people, or the care you show for yourself or your animals or whatever. But kind of be a little bit more, be the peacock. Let that tail feather fan out. Don't just care, just don't drag it around. Let it really show.
Wow. I get here, it would probably behoove you to spend some time in deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. I think I need to do this. I'm just overwhelmed by, as I'm sitting here, I'm getting emails from one of my colleges that I didn't do something I didn't know I had to do. So here we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, so take the advice of the cards, I guess. Work on your own, and I'm going to do the very same. So, wow. Amazing. Okay, Mark Diamond would love a general reading.
Okay.
I'll tell you who I have. I have you, Lena, next. Then I have Bernie Girl, Lisa, and Anya. That's who I have coming up. Okay? Thank you.
Diamond. I'm wondering if you have I don't know. I see some energy, mental energy going on, like a little bit of back and forth with somebody that, is like maybe not the most fun person or something. A little bit of, what is the word I'm trying to find? Irritating. Somebody that's being a little irritating. Maybe you're feeling like they're not being 100% truthful. Let me know if that resonates with you. I don't know. But the cards seem to be talking about that. But they're telling me for you to trust your instincts, trust your gut. About what's going on there, that you're right on about it.
Yep. Her husband.
Oh. Okay. That's why they're talking about that. Great. But we're going to move beyond it. It's more like, how can I explain it? It's less personal than it is, like it's less about the two of you together, whatever this little Five of Swords energy is, than it is about, it's more about individual, like being unhappy with themselves, kind of a thing. And so that's kind of bringing out, the words aren't always nice. And so sometimes it feels like you're being attacked, but I really feel like they're attacking themselves. But this also feels like it's fleeting. And so you get the Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to turn the other direction, and you're going to get better on the other side of it. And then get back on your spiritual journey. It felt like a little bit of stopping. All of a sudden, I have to argue a little bit with this person before I can move forward. But, you know, I don't really like to say one person's right and one person's wrong, but I feel like you're right. In this situation, it feels like you get the Queen of Swords. So I don't know. You know, your guidance, your counsel is probably good, even though he might not, you know, he's just not listening or whatever. But it's going to get better. There's some good news coming, some good fortune coming. So that will probably release some of the frustration that he's feeling. So this Wheel of Fortune, you know, you say he's frustrated financially. Wheel of Fortune. So it's upright. So coming, you know, good fortune coming. And so that you can kind of get back on with the things that matter to you, Diamond. Like in this case, it's talking about your spiritual path and getting on with it, the Knight of Wands. There you go along. And also him. He's a little less concerned about that than he is about his physical path, which is okay. But both things are going to kind of break it up a little bit, I think. You know, there's a shift coming. A good shift, yeah.
Okay, Sharon. Yeah, we don't. I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't have time. I apologize. All right, I get here the hollow bone. This man has the ability to be taught something, but sometimes will stretch it and won't learn his lesson. So this is teachability. You can teach him, but sometimes, and I get this with my husband, they don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to you. They know more. So I'm getting here. Maybe a sit down chat about finances is in the cards. So that's what I got. Resonates. Okay. Thank you so much. Tasha, I'm sorry. We're almost done. We closed the questions a while ago. We come back every Thursday, so you might want to come on back and see us next week. So Lena wants a reading on finances for May.
Okay. I'm seeing you hanging on to a bunch of bills, and yet the wind is coming and blowing some out. So there's something beyond your control that's going to be costing money. So tell me more about this, Spirit. You're still clutching some in your hands, so it might be tight, but you're going to be okay. And then okay, I'm going to start with the pendulum. Are things going to get better for Lena in June? Yeah, it's saying yes, it's going to be better in June, and I heard not so tight. What about can she find other sources of income right now? No, you have to make do with the usual. Will there be any surprise sources of income that she could? No, I'm trying to find ideas for you for generating more, and I'm not seeing any right now. So for this month, it looks like, yeah, things are going to be tight, but you're going to be okay, and things will get better in June. Let me see if I have one card here for you. And through this all, try not to worry and prioritize your health, because that's the one thing that might be able to, that could make things worse. So even in the midst of the stress, go for a walk, do what you can to prioritize your health, for your health, and also for your finances.
All right. So I get magic is available to you, Lena. You just have to work on your manifesting skills. Sit down and write out the things that you would like to come to you, but write them out in a way that is present, like in the now. So I am abundant. My finances are all aligned with abundance. I have great health. I am wealthy. I am wise. I manifest enough money to go on a trip to wherever. Write those things down and focus on them, but then release them for the manifestation to work. They really want to help you. They aren't, it's the apple is here, but this isn't a forbidden desire because there's enough for everyone. We all think that, oh, well, everybody else gets it, but I don't. There's enough for all of us, just so you know. All right, dear. Thank you so much. Bernie girl, Mark.
Okay. Yeah. I cheated and looked ahead. And I already pulled cards. Okay. So, Bernie girl, first of all, the universe is very aware of your loving care for your brother. So you get the Empress. And look, in this one, it's got a little baby. And she's taking care of it. So I really like this picture of the Empress. And it's just saying the universe recognizes that you've stepped in to help. I hear in my head that there's some financial assistance somehow that is going to be showing up. So it looks like there's some kind of money or something that maybe your brother is owed. I don't know. Was he a veteran or something? I get the 10 of Cups. So the universe wants to give back for all the love. You know, it's kind of like unselfish love. I know it is, in service to your loved one. And so the next, I switched decks and I got moving into calmer water. So I think there's going to be some, a little bit less struggle. Then after that, the Queen of Pentacles. So again, I feel like there's some money coming in. I don't know what's wrong with him or, you know, and how you're having to take care. But there feels like there's some kind of assistance that can be gotten.
I get it too. I get that too, Mark. Yeah.
I've already heard of it, but that's what I'm hearing, that might come through.
Yep.
And it's going to make things easier.
I get the ripple effect. And so something you have done for someone else or even your brother will come back to you. And then I get a gift. So I think it's it's probably financial. Somebody wants to help you because you have been so good to them. And then it says the power of the angels are with you. Can't get better than that. So I think you're set up for some really good things to come for yourself. Thank you so much, Bernie girl. Okay, Lisa, have I had any other lifetimes with my now husband, Corey, what relationship he was to you? I don't know. Can you do that? We don't have any.
Yeah.
You guys do Akashic records? Okay.
Well, I tuned in and I took Mark's advice while you were reading the previous one. And what I saw was Corey and you were siblings. And I think this was in the 20s or 30s. And you were siblings that had been given up. You were in an orphanage together. And you got each other through. He was a little bit older. Well, and I couldn't really tell, male, or if you were sister or sisters or brother and sister. I think you were still a female, and I think he may have been the older sibling. But I saw you like playing, slapping games, hand games, and I think it may have been. It's either in the U.S. or in Britain somewhere, and there were nuns hovering around in the old habits, and so it wasn't like a really great time. And I think that how did this work out? Your parents were just too poor, and they loved you, but they couldn't afford to support you. And so it was really sad, but you played your games, you had your special games, and you had that feeling of protection that you weren't alone, and you kind of got each other through. But I think your husband, who I think was your brother then, really took on the role of protecting you, and that made him feel strong. And that was his way of coping with his own grief and loss, was like, well, I've got a job to do here. So I don't know if that carries through to today or not, but I'm hoping that you're spending more time playing patty cake and slapping games than you are just dealing with the hard times. So I hope that makes some sense to you, Lisa.
Thanks, Joan. I don't have anything more to offer that one. I'm sorry. But here's yours, Mark, the last one for you. A card for May, please. Yep.
I did hear that you were brothers and sisters, the last person.
Okay.
Just because I was viewing the next questions and I saw that, I was like, oh, brother and sister. So I don't know. I think that's what Joan said too. So I did that energy. And I do know that you were together before. This isn't the first time. And I also wanted to say that Bernie said she'd been filling out a lot of paperwork and everything for him.
Right, for her brother. Yeah.
And so that's what I was hearing. So I think that's going to come through, sweetie.
Ripple effect. There you go. Yeah.
So I would have been really surprised if you hadn't said that you were doing paperwork or something, because I felt like you'd already applied. Okay. Who's my person?
Oh, where'd she go? Oh, darn.
Uh-oh.
I had it there.
It was, oh, shoot. Is she still here?
Where did it go? Why would it go away?
Yeah, I don't see any fragments. Yeah.
Did you click it out?
It was Anya Ashdown for May.
Okay. Thank
Anya.
you.
Yeah. Okay. I get it now. I remember. All right. Oh, my brain.
And Anya just wants a card pull. Hi, Anya.
Yeah. Thanks, Anya. See what's happening in real time? Things disappearing and.
Yeah. Anya.
Oh, good karma. Your dad's birthday was yesterday. My mom's is today. Much love to your dad. We just don't have time to do a reading for him today. I'm sorry, but yeah, much love to you. Hi, Jen.
What's going on? Like, is there anything going on with work? Would be my first question. I don't know. I get a little bit of feeling, this might be completely out of left field, because you know it's general, so I don't know why we'd be going this direction. But there is something about money and about justice, almost like back pay or something. Not yet. Oh, okay. So you're not started to work yet. So I'll be looking now. Okay, gotcha. So that's the work, and that would be why this card looks like somebody looking for work coming up soon. Like there you are with the coffee, looking through opportunities to work. I also got the Justice card, so I don't know. That could mean that you're looking for work that has something to do with justice, you know, or something like in that, like a lawyer or something like that. But I feel like if you start applying, because I don't know if you just got out of school or something, there's going to be offers made. So this is the Page of Wands. There are opportunities or offers available for you if you start looking. So then start looking and consider, what do you want to do? What, you know, yeah, you want a job and you want a paycheck, but you also, yeah, it could be justice from a past event. That could very much, because that was my first hit. But there was some justice coming about being owed something and that coming through. So if that relates or that resonates, then that's it, because that's where I wanted to go first. It just felt like there was some justice coming about something that you've been waiting on. So I don't know. But if not that, then because, you know, it's sort of general. The more you talk, I can get a little more specific. So other than that, there's also, I don't know if you just got out of school or something, but there are vacancies that you could fill if you're looking to, you know, start a job. And I think, you know, you can do that pretty easily. It looks like You can just get into something that pays well. Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. Good. Now, that's if you go out looking for a job. But, oh, you're 73. So, yeah, you're not really looking for like full-time work or anything. So, the other thing is that there's that fortune coming in about some past justice or something. So that's the other thing. I hope I'm not completely off today, guys. So there could be something coming through of that, something that you've been, that's kind of out of the past, but it seems financial to me, money-wise for me. Yeah, so going out to look for work is a whole different story. But even with that, even at 73, you might feel like, well, what could, my options are limited. The universe seems to think you can do something pretty readily, that there's an opportunity there for you. There's an opening. So that could be some part-time kind of little thing where you just work for a day or something. You're I don't know exactly, whatever you're looking for, but it says that if you want to do something like that, that's available for you. Okay.
Okay. All right. We got to go. I'm sorry. I've got to take care of something that was supposed to be done yesterday. So thank you, everybody, for everything that you've done, all your questions, all the moderators. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Joan. Always lovely to spend time with you. And I hope everybody has a blessed evening. Thank you. Bye now.
Thank you very much, Aley, for having us. And thanks, everybody. Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.